And welcome to Amy's Crafts and Things, and in today's tutorial I'm going to go ahead and design an embroidered patch. I'm going to use the files that's already in our program for PE Design 11 and Palette 11. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a shape and draw out a heart. I want to have a running stitch and a fill stitch, and I have those selected as red. So I'll go ahead and size that. The next file I'm going to add is located in the design library under the aquatic category, and I'm going to use the fish to import. And I will resize that real quick. The next thing that I am going to do is I want to add some words to my design. I will go under text, click on the A. I'm going to write I, enter. Now resize that just a little bit, change that color to black. We'll add some more words. I'll have to be caps. Let's change that to green. Add one more word. They use the word fish, so let's go ahead and add that. We'll make that one a little taller. We'll add that, and we'll change it to black just like they used in the manual. Once you have your patch design laid out, we're going to go ahead and select all. We're going to go into the Home tab all the way over to the right where it says Embroidered Patch, and go ahead and click on that. It's going to ask you if you want a satin stitch. We're going to click on yes. For that, for this example, we're going to change the width of our satin stitch to 3.0 millimeters. I have mine set at inches, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to change that. We are going to go into options. Let's go ahead and hit cancel. We'll go to options. So we want to change it to millimeters. So we will go into system unit under customize and change from inch to millimeters. And click OK. Now we will try this again. We'll select it all. Go into the embroidered patch, satin, 3.0 millimeters. The density, we're going to have 4.5 millimeters, and the density from the original pattern is 5.0 millimeters. Next, we have the cutting line or a running stitch. We're going to choose the cutting line, and we are going to choose the 3.0 millimeters. And then we will click on OK, and that will generate your stitches. Let's look into our sewing order. We have our hearts, the fish, our I, the word fresh, fish. We have our satin stitch and a cutting line. And we're going to go ahead and set a size for this. By dragging the handles. If we have multiple objects that we would like to do into a patch, we will go ahead and select those. Go up into our Embroidered Patch Wizard. We'll keep everything about the same. And it will generate them for you. And if you look, if you're If your shapes are too close together, it will automatically merge them in. So if you want to do multiples, then you would have to make sure that your designs are spread out far enough away from each other so that they don't merge. And now we will show you how to make a patch manually. We'll go into the Home tab, grab the shape we wish to use, and draw it out. I will go ahead and make a couple different copies of this. So we will go Home, Copy, and then Paste and Paste. The first one in your sewing order, we're going to scroll all the way down to get to those. This one is your placement line. This one is your tack down line. We would like to change that to a different color so that way your machine will stop to allow you to put your fabric down. And the third one is going to be your satin stitch. You can change the parameters in your sewing attributes to the satin width and the density that you would like for your border. I'm going to go ahead and select all three of those and make it just a little bit bigger and move it over. You can make your patches any size that you want. The next thing I would like to do is to add some words to our circle, and I would like to do that so that it follows the curvature of the circle. And I'm going to do 2 lines, one on top and one on the bottom. To do that, I'm going to select the first placement stitch. I'm going to select that object. I would like to go home and copy and paste it, but I would like to make that one a little bit smaller. You're going to want it to be in from the stitching. So we're going to go ahead and make it smaller. And we're going to line up those two together. And center. And that will center it, those two together. But I need to make 2 because I'm doing 2 different lines. I will scroll down to the bottom and grab the first one. I would like to change that color just to something a little different. And then I'm going to type out my text. So I will click on the text tool. The second button in from the left are fonts that are digitized specifically for smaller letters. So we'll go ahead and click on the one we desire. And we will go ahead and type our words. And then we'll go ahead and move it. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and select my letters and the brown circle. Select those objects. Go up into your Home tab and scroll to the right and you will see Fit Text in the Edit section. Go ahead and Fit Text to Outline. I am going to choose the horizontal alignment as more of a centered. The vertical alignment will be under my line and the text orientation, and I will click on OK. And it will line it up to the inside of that circle. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on just the brown circle. I'm going to select that object. I'm going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to change it to a different color. And I would like to type out my second text. So to do that, I am going to go to Home, Text, grab the small font and type the word I would like to use. And I'm going to move it here. And I will go ahead and they're already selected. The letters are already selected, so I'm going to go ahead, hold my shift button down and click on the teal circle. I would like to select the teal circle and the letters and select those objects. Same thing, go under Home, scroll to the Edit section, Fit to Text, click the arrow. I'm going to choose the alignment. This time we're going to go on top of the line in the vertical alignment. We're going to keep the text orientation the same. And we're going to click OK. And then we are going to take our rotation handle and we're going to go ahead and rotate our patch word so that it is on the bottom. The next thing that I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you go ahead and click the brown circle that we aligned the word my first to, and we're going to change that to a not sewn line because we do not need to see it or sew it because it was just for placement only. We're going to do the same thing with the teal. Go ahead and right click, select the object, and make that a not sewn line. So it won't sew it. You will see the dotted lines, those are just your placement lines, they will not sew. And then you can go ahead and add in a design in the center. So you can certainly go into import patterns from Design Library. Let's go ahead and find the Design Library, and then we can go ahead and choose floral maybe. And then you can find something that you like. We'll just find something kind of simple. Here you go. And then you can go ahead and center that as well. If you wanted to add a date to this, we can certainly go under text, choose small text. We can write 20. We'll go ahead and move it over. And then you can go ahead and choose text again. And we'll enter. You can add, oh my. So you can, if you move sewing order over a little bit, if you look on the left hand side of your screen, you have the numbers here. If you go ahead and click on like 0, you'll see a blue line, and you can use that to place your numbers so that they are even. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my arrow keys here to move down these numbers so that the handle, I can go ahead and click on it, is center with that line. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing with the 20 and just move it down a little bit. So the handle is center with the blue line, and then to get rid of it you just go back and click on it. And then you can do the same thing if you want to choose that as your center. It's not really center, but there. So then we can go ahead and rearrange the pattern on the inside and adjust it accordingly. And there you have it. There are 2 different ways to create patches using PE Design 11 and Palette 11. The first method that we explored was using the Embroidered Patch Wizard located in our software. The second method that we chose was a manual method. These methods work great for felt patches and twill patches. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified when future tutorials are posted. Thank you for watching.